Welcome to Provocative Bite. Welcome to Provocative Bite.
Hi Provocative Biters, this is Poppy. I hope you don't mind me calling you Provocative Biters because we are in the channel Provocative Bites, so yes. So this is my first video and I'm really excited to see how this goes. Already, first and foremost, sorry for camera angles, sorry for maybe the sound. I don't really have a microphone, so hopefully I'll get it along the way. So this recipe today, we're gonna do on one of the recipes I actually did, I think it was last week. I don't know time zones anymore, or even time in general. It just all seems to be turning all into one thing. So I am doing one of my favorite northern Thai dishes. It's actually a vegetable dip. It's really nice. It's called Namprik Ong. And it is this beautiful type of meaty dip. And it really gets you to eat all your vegetables. So it's kind of like, I know this is a weird similarity to make it, but it's kind of like a bolognese. So it's got tomato, it's got spice, it's got this really nice sweet, tangy, umami flavor to it, and it's just, again, really great to eat with vegetables. So you can eat it with anything that you have in your fridge if you're trying to get all your vitamins in. So your peppers, your carrots, your cabbages, if you want to eat cabbages, just anything that you can eat raw. And normally this dish is eaten with sticky rice, but today I thought I'd create this recipe for you because I reckon this is what most of you guys will have in your cupboards. Okay, one of them is Thai red curry paste, and I do understand maybe not everybody has that in their cupboards, but I'm thinking that majority of the people I speak to normally have it, but I am gonna be really simplifying it. Just so you know, normally I'm a purist when it comes to recipes, so I like to do things by the book with every single ingredient that a traditional dish from wherever it is comes from. But now I know I have to think outside the box, and this is actually going to be quite fun. I'm letting loose, I'm not going to be rigid with myself, and thinking of different recipes, I'm trying to match it up with the original taste. This one in particular, I have really simplified it. I really think this is a great dish. I don't really measure stuff, but I will give you a round off of what you need. I think also when it comes to taste, especially like with Asian food, Asian cooking, you have to really rely on your taste buds and what you really like. So this dish is very much sweet, sour, salty. I will have basically a monologue of a recipe playing in the next video. I will just be talking. I don't know, it maybe might come off like a podcast, or maybe not. I hope you like it. Let's go. So these are the ingredients. I've written in the description below what they are, and if you need to pause the video, just pause it. And yeah, just right now I am waiting for my pan to heat up. And let's see, as my pan's heating up, I just put some oil in, but to be honest, I put it in a little early. And I'm waiting for it to heat up. I told you this is gonna be a really weird commentary. And whilst it's heating up, I'm just waiting for it. I don't know if you can see in the reflection in the back of the pan. A lot of people ask me about how do I record on Instagram, and is it my hand? No, I've got this actual glass bit of ventilation that slides out, so I just lean it across there, and hopefully nothing happens with my phone. And again, I'm just checking if it's hot. Okay, maybe that was too close. And as it's hot, I'm ready to put in my red curry paste. So basically, you just want to fry it off until it is fragrant. You're not looking to cook it. You're just waiting for the fragrant smell of the paste comes out. And normally actually in curry pastes, you've got shrimp paste, you've got lemongrass, shallots, you've got some, not sugar, and some obviously dried chili that's been soaked, but you pound it all in a pestle and mortar. But this one, I had a ready-made curry paste, which is really nice. I'll give you the brand name, but again, you can use any chili paste. It's just for anybody that's interested in the brand. But the whole point is just to use what you have. Yeah, so I just keep frying it up. And you can see that heat right now is on high. So you do actually want to heat it on a high heat. And if you feel like it's burning, because everybody's stove is very different, you just need to obviously probably lower your heat. I've got an electric stove top. I'm really used to the gas stove top. I do miss it, but this is fine. So I'm just moving the paste about just because I'm trying to wait for the smell of amazingness. Oh, I do love a good curry paste. My gosh, I do try and explain to everyone, fry it off. You want to smell. Don't burn it. And most of the time I always get told it's been burnt, Poppy, and I'm like, no. You must just be patient with it. And again, everybody's stovetop is different. It looks like I'm breaking it up a bit because actually this paste is a little dry, which is actually great because I think that really does mean that it's very authentic. Okay, there we go. Now I've added in the mince. I've actually used chicken mince because that's what I have. If for any reason you guys don't have mince and you actually have a blender and you have maybe some chicken breast or you have pork chops or something, you could put it in your blender. Or, you know, Thai style, you just chop it up with a butcher knife until it's minced. It looks a little hard because I was defrosting it a bit. So it is a bit cold. It's not ice cold. But just so you guys know, you should wait for your meat to completely defrost. And I'm just frying it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm mixing the paste with the mince. And you want to make sure that it's completely like all mixed together, and I'm just frying it off until it's quite cooked. Not quite cooked, until it is cooked. So you can see it's getting there. Because normally when I do the Instagram posts, I always do a fast forward. And this time I'm giving you guys the slower version so you can actually watch what's going on. And maybe you can even be cooking at the same time. Hopefully my voice isn't too annoying. There we go. So I'm just frying it off because you can see it's still quite pink. No, I mean, traditionally in Thailand we use pork. And also, I mean, again, it's up to you and what you have. But just so you know, traditionally it's pork. And it's because it's got a nice fattier consistency to it. Normally when minces are fattier, you get more juices coming out of it. So yeah, I mean, it took a bit of time, and normally you could actually use half of the portion. I was a little greedy because I just thought I'd make a whole bunch right now and I'd save it for the following day, but it only lasted for a day and a half, which is fine. And yeah, it's just heating up. Gosh, I really wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. And you kind of forget for a second you're making a dip, but honestly, it's so great. And I had this when I was younger. Yeah, normally, traditionally, you eat it with sticky rice in Thailand. So actually, guys, you could eat this with rice, with your vegetables. And in fact, if you are vegan and you're watching this, you could make this with soy mince if you wanted to. I haven't tried it with firm tofu, but I think if you were to blend firm tofu and then you were to fry it off, once it dries up, it'd be really nice. Now I've added in tomatoes, and basically you just want to cook these off until they're nice and soft. It doesn't have to be cherry tomatoes. I actually just had quite a few, so I wanted to use that up because it looked like it was looking a bit sad. You could use, again, normal sized tomatoes, and if that's the case for this recipe, you could use 2 or 3 tomatoes. If you don't have any tomatoes, you can use chopped up tin tomatoes. But the fresh ones are really nice. And tomatoes have, I think I already mentioned before, a really nice tang to it. a really, really nice tang and sweetness, and I'm obsessed with it. So you're waiting for the tomatoes to soften, and at the same time you're waiting for it to soften enough so you can actually push out the juices. And you'll see just stirring it around, and the smell is getting even better. I have to be really patient with this because I find it really hard to not try and eat everything at once. So yes, I think that's the thing. I just keep stirring things around thinking it'll quicken up the pace of the cooking, but in actual fact I think it just stops me from eating everything. So yes, I'm squishing the tomato down with the side of my spatula so I can get the juices out, because I can feel it soften up already. Oh my gosh, I am actually salivating again. I think I might make this again, but I've run out of mince. Oh, this is a good recipe. Yeah, okay, I need to get over this. My mouth is literally watering. So you can see that I am just waiting for it to soften even more. I'm still pushing. I'm pushing it around. And I can see that. Yeah, I can see. If you guys look, I mean, I know this is real time. I have really not tried to fast forward any of this. So you can see that it's starting to soften a lot more. So I've shortened up the clip a bit. So you can see it started to reduce more, and I'm actually reducing the heat a bit so it can simmer and more of the juices can come out. And you can see, yep, in here it has come out quite a bit, and I'm just letting it simmer and reduce and get all the goodness out, and just stirring it occasionally. At this point, I'm just waiting again to make sure that every single piece of tomato is cooked. And then now I'm adding in the water. So you're adding in the water to bring out more of the flavor, and also just to loosen up the mix. And you're just putting it in there so whilst you're loosening up the mix, you don't want it like a soupy consistency. You want to reduce ever so slightly. And at that point, it's just easy for you to then use it to dip your vegetables in. Now I've added in the sugar, because at the moment it's tasting pretty spicy. And and it's got a tang from the tomatoes, so I just want to balance it out with the sugar. I use coconut sugar in this one, but again, just use whatever you have, obviously. And then at this point, the next part, because I want it to be more savory, I will be adding in the soy sauce. But before I do that, I need to give it a good taste, is exactly what I did. You guys have to always remember to taste in between. And normally I would never double dip, but to be honest, it's just for me. My husband doesn't want any, so it is literally all for me. And you can see it's starting to bubble. Oh, it's been bubbling for a while. And I think that helps with the flavors. Giving it another taste. Am I satisfied? I don't think so. It's kind of like ASMR, isn't it? Just watching the bubbles go in the sauce. Oh, I wanted more sugar. I forgot about that. With this one in particular, this coconut sugar, I don't know, for some reason, I think the amount I put in, the sweetness was not as sweet. So again, even though I said in the very beginning, you just need a tablespoon of sugar, in fact, you just add however much you want. If you don't want so much sugar, you don't need it. So that was light soy sauce, and if you're vegetarian and you're making this with the vegan meat, you can use tamari. And I am almost satisfied. Just added a little bit of soy sauce because I don't want to waste a bit. And giving a little taste again, I think I think I really wanted to eat it. I was really hungry. Yeah. I'm just checking that is to the consistency that I wanted. It's really weird. I really remember step by step how I was feeling at this time. Like, yes. Look at those. Oh, she's going in for another one. Oh, I must have been starving. Yeah, these are the bits I edit out when I put on Instagram. Yes, normally when I cook for other people, I do not use the same spoon. I just taste once and then I'll wash my spoon, or I'll use a brand new one. So because it's just for me, I don't mind my own saliva. Oh, it's really, really bubbling there. Oh, it does look so good. You can see why I said it's kind of like a bolognese, but like an Asian version. A Thai Northern Asian version. Did that make any sense? I don't know. But I am waiting, probably impatiently. No, I know I was very impatient. I just don't want it too watery. And you can tell it's not really watery. Can she see it's not watery? Yeah. I'm still moving that spatula around. There we go. And at this point, so it's just bubbling, and I'm pretty much happy with it. So I've turned it off, and I've added the lime juice. And the important thing is to add it in the end, because if you cook with it, it'll burn. It'll taste bitter. That's the thing with lemon and lime juices. You can't cook them. You have to put it in the end, or else it will taste bitter. Or at this point, you could also put in tamarind juice if you have it. Originally, you put in tamarind juice, but I said to put in lime juice or lemon juice, because I assume that's what everybody has. And it's done. So you put in a bowl and you put coriander, fresh coriander, and spring onions if you have. And these were the vegetables I had in my fridge. I had some asparagus in there. Why not try having that raw? And there we go. Well, that's it for today, guys. If you want to get more recipes, which they're going to come, I can't wait, just subscribe. And if you want to get notifications of the new videos, just click on the bell next to the subscription. Stay home, everyone. Stay safe. Let's use what we have. And I'm here for you. See you guys soon.